Good afternoon, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. It's Susie Q96 and the Cabin Cat M3 somewhere back there. Live from some crazy mountain in Virginia. I hope everybody's ready for quite a show today. It's not the normal low-dough coin collecting show, but part of it is. So we're going to start out the same, but then it's going to kind of go a little wackadoodle. Hi, Ed Booth. How are you? Hi. Long time no see in the channel, buddy. Happy to see you in here. We're going to wait a few minutes and let a few more people. Fox Run Forge. Hi. He says I never greet him. I never talk to him. Hi, 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 and hi. And how are you doing? That is stranger danger. They would have had to be there for that one, I think. Yeah, you're pretty rare, Ed. All right. Well, if you see me doing this, I'm in a cabin on the mountain. There are bugs in here. I can't do anything about them except do that. Try to knock the daylights out of them and get them away from me. Just do what I can do to keep them under control and out of my face. Okay, so yeah, there I am. Is Betty White, the Betty White of the coin community. That is going to be me forever and ever, thanks to the telephone guy who decided that that is my personality, that I am the Rosen Island character that she played on Golden Girls part of the time, and then I'm that real smart mouth broad that she played on Hot in Cleveland the rest of the time. It doesn't matter, and it makes no difference. They're just attracted to me, period. They just, yeah. Whether I'm moving or if I were dead, I'd still have them flying around. So there's just that many of them up here. So anyway, we're going to do some of the same stuff, and then we're going to do some different stuff. We are going to do our usual check the car wash quarters to see what will fit in the Washington quarters book, the National Park book, the State Quarters book, and we started a second state book. Hi, Kellen. Hi, Petey Sandigger, Relics and Stacked Stones. Hi, everybody. Ed, no, I'm not. And that's part of what's going to be different about this broadcast. I am not getting settled here in the mountains. Everything has gone a little bit off kilter, but we're not going to talk about that right this minute, but we will get to that. So we're going to do these. And then I'm going to tell you something special about this book, the second one we started. I had a brainstorm of what to do with that. Once we get through that, we're going to pull some of these quarters out of here that we've already tried to place in the books, but we have not checked them for any sort of varieties or errors. So I kind of need to take those to the bank. Are you in Virginia, Fox Run? If you are, then I am, just barely. I mean, I'm just barely in Virginia. Still drinking my sweet tea, though. I'm far enough south. I still do that. And then something else that's special about tonight's broadcast. You may have seen M3 jump around back there a minute ago. This kind of goes along with the question about was I getting settled? No. This cabin was not as ready to be in as I was led to believe. And it's got some issues that are causing problems with my health. Like I got bit by a spider, and this place it's buggy. Hi, telephone guy. So there's some other issues with me staying in the cabin I don't really want to go into right now. Well, I'm pretty close to you, Foxhorn Forge. I'm in Galax, Virginia, if you know where that is. It's in the southwest part of the state of Virginia. Anyway, I went by and checked on the status of my apartment today, and she said that it's probably going to be 2 months. Well, 2 months is going to put me in this place in November. The roof leaks, half the windows are out, it has no heat, it has no running water. So I'm going to have to start looking for somewhere to stay in the interim, because I am going to move into that apartment when it's ready. And she said she doesn't think it'll be any more than 2 months, and she's trying to push it along since I explained the situation. So to that end, I'm going to be letting go of some of the items in my collection. This is not something that I really wanted to do, but the trip cost me a lot more than it was supposed to, and then some unfortunate incidents happened after I got here. So, as my friend Question Mark tells me all the time, I is broke. So, part of today's show, I'm going to be auctioning off 12 items from my collection. I have had Handy Andy 736 take a look at my list and my pricing, my starting bids, and he seems to think that everything looks okay with my bids, that I'm not just a ditzy blonde wanting a bunch of money. So we're going to be doing that at some point. We'll probably start that after I go through some of these quarters, and let some more people get here, hopefully. And I am all caught up except for two people that I still have packages for that I cannot mail, because one of them, it's out of the country, and I told them I'd go ahead and send it, but they won't let me send it until I get his phone number. So that's one of them. And the other one, I'm going to have to sit down and watch the whole video again, because the sticker fell off the packet, and I don't know whose gift that is. So other than that, all of the giveaways have been mailed out except for those two. And so I am going to do a little giveaway tonight, just a little one. I can't do any of those big ones anymore, but I am going to do a little one, and I'm not going to say when or how or why. I'm just going to throw it in. James H., how are you? So if anybody has not received their goods from the Devil Made Me Do It, let me know. Like I said, I've got a couple here that we're not quite sure they belong to, because the stickers got knocked off in the move. And Dread Pools just went out today, so I know he hasn't had his yet, but everybody else should have their stuff. And I gotta really thank, I've already done this before, I'm gonna thank her again, Cha-Ching Seeker put some money in the account to make sure that I could get everybody's stuff out to them. So, yay. Alrighty. I'm not going to dwell on why I'm doing this auction too much, because if I do, I'm going to get really upset. And when I get upset, I cry, and then Handy Andy 736 gets upset, and I don't want to upset my brother. So, yeah, that mud swat, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this auction. This cabin, no running water. Half the windows are out of it. I've just got screens stapled over them. There is no heat in this cabin. That and the roof leaks, so it's full of spiders, and I don't know if they're fire ants or carpenter ants or some big blankety blank ants that I keep finding in here. So anyway, we're gonna break out the books and start playing, and then we're gonna, after I do the first set of quarters, then I'm gonna have Andy. Yeah, I'm gonna have Andy start posting the auction items after I do the first set of quarters and mud swat. I live right now in a cabin on top of a mountain in rural Virginia, where I am waiting. Yeah, stuff happens, and some stuff has happened, and I don't really want to go into what has happened, except to say that I'm not going to be able to stay here for the entire 2 months. So, I mean, I've got to start getting some money together, because I've looked around. I can't even find rooms for rent around here. So I may have to move in a hotel. And if I do that, that's going to be pretty expensive. But then I could probably get rid of this $70 a month internet bill, because I'd have internet all the time. Okay, let's start with the regular old Jefferson quarters. Let me put my new P.O. box up. Just, you'll love it. You will love this one. Oops. I don't type much. There comes the new P.O. box right there. Could I have done any better? I got P.O. Box 96. P.O. Box 96. Galax, Virginia 24333. And so far I haven't gotten any mail in it. So anyway, eventually I will. Okay, the only thing I did with the quarters from the car wash, and this is what I usually do, is I just sort them into the 3 types. So far I haven't found any more than 3 types. I got the regular old dudes here, and then I got state quarters, and then I've got the national parks. So we're just going to start out with the regular old Washingtons and see, excuse me, see what we got. We only need 1 out of these to fill this book. We are looking for a 1971. There's my glasses. I have to put my other glasses on to read dates on coins. So a lot of you guys, some of you are used to seeing me put 2 glasses on at one time. Got me I don't have a catch can here. Oh, a receptacle. Oh dear. I don't know what those are. Can't use that. Oh, I'll just throw them in a pile. What the heck? 94. 79. We're going for 71 here. 98. 77. 77. Ooh, we got a bicentennial. We'll keep him over there. Put him under the L scope. Maybe he'll bring us some luck. It took me a while. Most of my stuff is in storage. And it didn't go the way it was supposed to. There were supposed to be people helping me unload, and I ended up with my wonderful nephew and his mom. And all my winter clothes somehow got put in the back. My heater is in the back. It is a mess. I'm going to have to go down there sometime this week and basically pull half of a storage unit out so I can at least have warm clothes. Oh yeah, my cat loves that thing. got that when I got my stimulus check, because the one he had was just falling apart. And he really does love that little tower thing. He gets up there on the top perch and just hangs out there. He can pounce on you at will. 95, 92, 97, 89, 67, 70, 70 what? I can't tell. That might be a 71. Might be a 73. It's kind of grubby. We're going to stick it under the scope here so the blind lady can see. Oh my goodness. Looky there. But I think it has a mint to mark on it, and I don't need a mint to mark. So pooey magooey. I just need a regular naked 71. 91. 83. 81. 93. And 93. So, nothing today for that book. Oh, well, we've been trying for a while to fill that book. All right. Come on. Trying to go back to me. There I is. Did I miss anybody else that came in? It doesn't look like my chat has moved. And I only have I don't have YouTube and StreamYard open at the same time because I'm on this weird internet. I only have I thought I'd open it for a minute, and when I did, the sound was on. Oh, well. Anyway, I can't run them both because I'm on this internet where you pay by the gig. And in order to get through all my shows, I can't monitor things like the lag and so forth. Okay. For those of you who have come in since my little chat, I am auctioning off 12 items from my personal collection out of necessity, not because I want to. And I hope I don't offend anybody if one of those items is something that you gave me or that I won on your channel. I'm not parting with these because I want to. I'm parting with them because I don't want to freeze. I mean, by the end of the week, it's supposed to be down in the low 60s during the day. So it's going to start getting pretty cold in here. And I don't think I can stay in here for 2 months. And so I gotta raise some funds. It's not as prepped for somebody to stay in as it was supposed to be. 2 of the windows have actually fallen out since I moved in. The door handle, the front door handle fell off in my hand today. So yeah, it was a good idea in theory, but no, I've got to get somewhere where it's a little more civilized. So to that end, I'm going to be putting 12 items up, and I'm going to put Andy kind of in charge of what happens in the chat, and I will be in charge of showing the items. So basically in this auction, Andy's the boss. Let me get over here to this and try to show you item number 1. First, I'm going to just hold it up to this camera, at least the paperwork for it. Item number 1, and I really like this coin and I hate to let it go, It's a 2018 Republic of Chad African lion. It's a 1 ounce round of 0.999 fine silver. It has all of its documentation with it. It is fully, there's the paperwork, and I don't really want to take it out because I've never taken it out of here, and I don't want to put finger rubbies on it. But anyway, that is the lion that is on the front, and on the back is the continent of Africa, where it says Republic of Chad. So, I mean, if you really want me to take it out and put it under the scope, I will, but I definitely got to put some gloves on before I do. I put my gloves right here and I didn't even put them on. So maybe I should do that. Can I check email while streaming? I haven't tried. I have not tried. I think I can. I think I can. I sound like Thomas the Train or whoever that was. I think I can. Okay. Let me put some gloves on here. And then I will see if I can check my email while I'm streaming. Just to see if I can without throwing myself out of the channel. Everybody knows I am real good at that. It's all right. I'm trying not to get depressed about this. I have never had a move go so unsmoothly as this one. Part of it is the in answer to your question, Ed, yes, I can get into it, and yes, I can do that. And we are also offering we're offering 2 forms of payment, and Handy Andy will put the links up. One of them is through Square, which some of the other auctions have been using. I've been using it for years on my jewelry channel, and we're actually going to be using my jewelry channel's account on Square. How Square is going to work is after the end of the bidding of the item, the winner will get a link. There will be a link posted, and there's the link right there for the Square, and you will go to that. You will fill in the amount of your bid plus $5 for shipping and handling, and you can, and then you put in your card number. I never see your card number or anything. So we have that option. We have PayPal. If you use PayPal, you must use the goods and services. Do not send it as a donation unless it is a donation, because that's how a lot of people mess themselves up. They were using the friends and family thing to bypass paying the fees. PayPal got pissed and froze their accounts. So if money you are sending to me by way of PayPal is for merchandise, it must go through goods and services. That being said, let me get back over here. But Ed, yeah, I got you on that. Yeah, the little train that could. That's what I couldn't think of. Hi, David Carlisle. Okay, so oh yeah, I was going to show you this thing. I did take it out of the envelope, but I did so with my gloves on and held it by the edges. So I don't think I can get my scope up high enough to show the whole coin, but anyway, there we go. Oop, almost had it. It is a beautiful, beautiful round. There's your get his head turned right way. There's the lion. He's pretty fierce. This light's making it look gold, but it really is silver. And then the back has the map of Africa showing the Republic of Chad. And now I'm going to put it back in its cage so I don't mess it up. And that is going to be item number 1. The starting bid on this. Let me get back to my cards. Yes, I was able to check my email, Kellen, and I answered Ed Booth. If there's anybody else that's got something in there that I need to know about, let me know, and I'll go back and look at it. Anyway, I think we've got both of our modes of payment. And Andy has just started us out. Lot 1, 2018 Republic of Chad African Lion with documentation, 1 ounce, 0.999 silver round. Starting bid is $35. And remember, folks, this is to keep me from freezing my toes and a few other anatomy parts off if I don't get out of this lovely cabin. It is a great cabin, but it is not a great cabin to be living in with no heat and no running water. And yeah, the weather is changing quicker than we had anticipated. So anyway, we will let that go for a while. And if anybody wants to help me out by making a bid, I would appreciate that. I don't know how far behind my thing is, but there we go. Kellen's going to be sending me an email. Oh boy. Oh boy. I might have to cover my eyes for that one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, oops. It's this straight quarter back here. That belongs in the state quarters. All right. Well, if nobody is interested in that after about 10 minutes or so, I should put it back under the scope, I guess. I did check prices on these items online, and all of them I am starting below what I saw being asked by reputable dealers. I saw outrageous things being asked by things like eBay and that sort of thing. But I tried to go with more reputable people, and I tried not to price things too high. So I just know that what I have to come up with a whole bunch of money, and I'm going to have to, unfortunately, let a lot of things go. If we don't have a bid on it in a while, after I do this next round of quarters, we'll just move on to something else. Now I'm going to move along. Andy, you can just keep pushing that one until I do the state quarters. Yeah, I know people don't have a lot of money right now, or it may not be something that they're interested in. I only have access to part of my collection right now, so I just pulled things that I actually thought people would be the most interested in, but I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong about a lot of things. Okay, I have our... Okay, let me see what the Kellen sent me. I hope it's not another picture of his rocks. Oh, that was so bad. I'm sorry, people. Kellen sent me some beautiful tumbled stones. to make jewelry out of, and we have been cracking jokes about Kellen's rocks ever since. Uh, it's pretty rude, but it's that little Betty White streak in me. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay. I don't know which account Kellen mailed me at. There's nothing in that one. I have like 3 or 4 emails. Oh, Mr. Kellen. I gotta find you. And it's not in that one. Let's see if it's over in the jewelry section. No, I don't see anything from Mr. Kellen. I'm looking, but I don't see it. Kellen, if you emailed me, I haven't found it yet. I don't. Let me know which email address. You got stamps to send me? Oh, that's cool. I also collect stamps, folks. I don't know where my stamp collection is right at the moment, but I do collect them. Okay. Kellen, I don't know where your email is. I don't know which account you sent it to, but so far I haven't found it. Okay. In the State Quarter series, in the original book, we only need 2. We need the 2009 American Samoa and the 2009 Northern Mariana Islands. All right, so let's see what we can come up with. Papa Giorgio, how about that? He's just in time to watch me sell my soul to the devil. Well, not really. Just sell some of my collection so that I just freeze to death. But these things happen. Okay, back to my glasses here. You can't see how silly I look. Arizona, Hawaii, New York, New York. State Sunrise, I found it twice. Maine, Rhode Island, Oregon, which might be gone if we don't get these fires put out pretty soon. New Mexico. And I just found a really grubby quarter that wasn't supposed to be in this stack. There's a 93 Washington, Mississippi, Iowa, Virginia, Oklahoma, Idaho, West Virginia, South Dakota. No, I didn't move to Alaska. I moved to Virginia, but I'm in a cabin on a mountain that doesn't have any running water and it has no heat. And my apartment is behind schedule, so I'm going to have to go somewhere besides here. South Dakota, Alaska. Yeah, don't want to go to either one of those. Alabama. Northern New York. South Carolina. Delaware. Connecticut. Wisconsin. New Jersey, South Carolina, Georgia. Glad I'm not in Georgia, but I kind of wish I'd stayed a little bit longer. Just didn't realize this was going to happen. New Mexico, New Jersey, Ohio, Nebraska, Indiana, another Hawaii, Rhode Island, Kentucky, Connecticut, another Georgia peach, Maryland, and last but not least, another Maryland. Alrighty, hey Lambo, how are ya? All right, so we didn't get anything. We only needed these last two. Now, those of you who watched the last time know that I started a second book. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Get back to one pair of glasses and put my little happy face back on the screen. Would anybody be interested in that round at 30? I'm willing to do that because I really, really, really got to come up with a bunch of money. And oops, that's a lovely view there. That's a camera I'm not using today. There we go. All right. Anyway, as y'all may remember, I started a second state coins book, which I had right here not very long ago, and have now managed to put somewhere where I can't find it. So, pardon me while I flounder around here looking for that book, which has to be right there. Okay. All right, Andy. I guess nobody is interested in a Z-Lion. Kellen, I have checked my email. I'll check it one more time. And I got to close all these windows. There's the answer to that question, Kellen. I did get it. And yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I have no problem with that from you at all. So, okay. Now I can close all these inboxes and get back over here. Michael Kittle, rare coins. Hi. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to get. Oh, Kellen says 35 on the Lion. Kellen jumped in at the last minute. That was my fault. I couldn't find his email. So, since nobody else has jumped in, you can count this one down pretty fast, Andy. If somebody wants to jump in at the last moment, so be it. But otherwise, I think we got Kellen on that Lion. And I will put that over here in my keeping space. And I will get something else out here. I appreciate everything, folks. I had no idea that this move was going to turn into such a catastrophic mess. One of the things that happened was I let a family member move my U-Haul truck, and really that person was not authorized to drive the truck, although I know that person knows how to drive a truck. But anyway, she tapped the bumper of a car that was in the parking lot. Now, we looked at this. There was nothing, no damage that couldn't have been fixed with some rubbing compound. There was no, metal breakage, no tail light, nothing. All of a sudden, the next day, the guys who owns the storage unit, son, shows up, and the tail light's broken out of his car, and he's got a piece of paper, and he's demanding that I pay him $1,093. Or he's going to turn me into U-Haul, and then U-Haul's going to make me pay $5,000 for letting somebody who is unauthorized drive the truck. So the guy's kind of putting the screws to me, and I just thought, well, I'm on Social Security, so that's not going to happen. So I got him to settle for $300, which we shouldn't have had to pay, but the guy had me boxed into a corner. I made darn sure when I wrote the check, it said final, paid in full. I made him sign for the check through the mail, but there went $300 of my money right there. Because I know that tail light was not broken. But, this is rural Virginia, and they do things really weird. And since his daddy owns the storage, I wouldn't have put it past him to slap locks on my stuff and just not let me have access to it. So yeah, I have insurance, Mudswat, but the insurance that you buy for a U-Haul only covers who you list as a designated driver. The person that was driving the truck was not a designated driver on that policy. So there's a little stipulation in U-Haul, and if you don't know about it, you better familiarize yourself with it, that if you let somebody drive that is not an authorized driver of that vehicle and they have an accident with it, you are automatically screwed to the wall. So that was, yeah. So anyway, I got him down to $300, and I had to give him the $300, and it's all done. My family member that did this has no money, so I just ate that $300. So that's another reason that I'm in the hole I'm in right now. So anyway, I was going to tell you about the second statehood quarters book that we started last week. My thought was, well, we'll just keep going through these and we'll fill this one up and we'll give it away. And then I thought, that might take a while because we have been working on this one for a couple months. And I thought, well, I'd kind of like to give this away a little bit sooner than that. So what I decided to do is we're going to have a little contest for this statehood quarters book. And here's how it's going to work. You send in a quarter to enter, preferably from your state, but any state will do. You have a maximum of 2 entries, so you can send 2 quarters if you want. When the book is full, everybody who donated quarters to fill it will be entered to win the book. And any extra quarters that didn't fit in the book, those will go either for a giveaway or for postage. So if you would like a chance to win this completely full statehood quarters book, you just got to send me a state quarter, maximum of 2 state quarters. And I'm going to put the address up here. Because I think we'll fill the book faster this way than we will going week after week. So yep. Oh, Andy, he beat me to it. Andy, you are the best. You rock, buddy. So anyway, that's how we're going to do this. I'm not going to put any more quarters in it, but it's already almost half full. So we won't be too long filling it up. We're going to take quarter entries until the end of this month. And then if it's not full, I will try to fill it up from the ones that were searching for the other thing. So anyway, that's a little giveaway contest that we're going to have. I just thought it would be a little bit more fun. Now I'm going to show you item number 2 of my auction before I move along to the national park goodies. Yes, I just moved the light a little bit. I'm having lighting issues. Item number 2 is an uncirculated George Washington commemorative $50. This is a silver one, according to, it just has one from each state, and it doesn't have separate mint marks. This is the box that George comes in. It has the insert, and your half is sealed and fits in that hole. And according to the insert, the George Washington's silver commemorative $50 coin is being offered in recognition of the 250th anniversary. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it is it weighs 0.4019 troy ounce. It is 0.3617 fine silver and 0.0402 copper. Fineness, it's 90% silver, 10% copper. And the designer was Elizabeth Jones, the chief sculptor and engraver of the United States. This was minted in Denver, Colorado. Comes with its nifty little box. It has never been out of the sealed packet there. And we're going to start our bid at $12. Now, bear in mind, folks, this is the Save Susie from Freezing Her Butt Off auction. So I don't usually do auctions. Anybody that's in here knows the only thing I've ever auctioned off is a few pieces of jewelry in my other channel. I do not like that I am parting with items from my collection, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So that's what I'm having to do. So, oh, and on these items, we have a choice of payment through PayPal, goods and services, or through Square. And Handy Andy will give you a link if you choose to pay through Square. So the shipping and handling is $5, and that seems to be kind of the normal anymore. I know a couple people charge $4, but now that you're having to do the goods and services, they take a little chunk out of that total. So anyway, if anybody's interested in old George, we're going to work on the national parks quarters folder. Now this one, we need quite a few items on. And this book does have mint marks as far as Denver and Philadelphia. It does not have spaces for W's or S's or any of those. But anyway, our big gap, as you can see, are in the early dates, the 2010, 2011. We're kind of hurting on those. And the rest, we're just missing a few odds and ends here and there. So we're going to see if we can find any of those right now. Okay. Square takes out about the same thing that PayPal does. You know, I think it's like 1 point something percent. I'm not even sure. It's pushing 2% anyway, but yeah, they both do. So it doesn't really matter which one you use. It's just some people don't like PayPal. So George is in at 15 on George. George is bidding on George. That's very cool. Thank you, George. It is really nice. The box has a tiny bit of wear on it, but the items inside are immaculate. They're, as my friend Tommy would say about nice race cars, they're sanitary. Okay, might as well start looking at these. I don't need anything from 2015, so we will be going back and searching all of these for errors and varieties at another time. Here's a Lowell. It's a P, and I don't believe I need a P. I don't need any Lowells. We've got Harper's Ferry 2016. I do not need that one. Ellis Island. We have all the 2017s, all the 2018s. So I can kind of skip some of these. River of No Return 2019. I have both of those. All right. Looks like George is going to take George home. I absolutely appreciate that these things are going to good homes. I hate that I'm having to part with any coin. I love coins. I don't like having to get rid of anything in my collection. My collection is not that big, but the thing is, most of these items, when I am financially set again, I should be able to replace. And if I can't, well, it's better than freezing myself off by getting myself in the position that I am in. It just, things happen. Yeah, you can't blame anybody. There's just, sometimes things don't work the way they're supposed to. One of the things here that did not work is, oh, let me put that aside. That is George's, and I need to make a note of that. One of the other things that set me back here is the state of Virginia Division of Motor Vehicles is only issuing driver's licenses and title transfers and registration and that sort of thing by appointment. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal. My appointment is November the 10th. Now, why that is a big deal is my Medicaid from Georgia stopped, and it's what pays for my really expensive medication that costs like $6,000 a month. It stopped the day I moved here. Problem is, I cannot prove to Virginia Medicaid that I live here because I can't get a Virginia driver's license until November 10th. So I no longer have Medicaid, and I no longer have my Medicare supplement insurance. They want almost $70 a month for that, which I do not have right now. And the state of Virginia won't accept the fact that I can't get a state of Virginia driver's license to prove that I live here. So what has been happening is I've been having to pay my medical expenses out of my pocket. And I had to cancel an appointment today that was supposed to happen tomorrow, actually, to do my blood work because I don't have the money to pay for it. So that's another reason this is happening. Yeah, it's crazy. I did, however, finally convince the lady at the post office to let me have my P.O. box. And I convinced the lady at the voter registrations office to let me register because I had a letter from the post office showing that my address was in Virginia. And I kind of had to throw a little tantrum to do that. I had to be a bit of a Karen. But I pointed out to them that November the 10th is after the election, and therefore they were depriving me of my right to vote, and that I was going to make a big old stink about that. So they let me register, but I don't have the card yet. They're mailing me the card. And when it comes, then I'm going to try to use that along with the letter from the post office to get them to push my Medicaid through without the Virginia driver's license. In the interim, though, I'm having to pay for everything out of my pocket. Fortunately, my most expensive medication, which costs somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000 a month, I have another couple of months supply put back, so I'm not going to run out of that one. Yeah, I'm holding those, George. Yes, they do go back 3 months, and I am holding all those receipts for the stuff because they are supposed to reimburse me for that. And also a couple of other things. There's some transportation things that they're going to have to cover because it's pretty far away for some of these appointments. I'm finding a lot of P's where I need the D's. So yeah, I'm holding on to all that. And as soon as I get done with these quarters here, we're going to kick into the rest of the auction. Yep, that's a P, a D, a D. I don't have that many to go here. Don't need that. I have been working on a list of national park coin errors that, you know, errors and varieties and oddities, and I've learned some stuff that I didn't know. So I'm going to start sharing some of that stuff with you. I'm very fortunate. I found a car wash here that their changer takes $20 bills, and they only charge $1 to wash my car. So we are still able to do our car wash quarters, and that makes me happy because that's what I started this whole channel, the coin part of this channel. I started on this because I was trying to get the older ladies where I lived to do something besides sit on their butts and watch soap operas. And I did get a couple of them to start collecting with their grandkids. My favorite is a lady who is now rating her husband's poker winnings every week. They play nickel, dime, quarter poker down where he lives. And so she is just going through his winnings every week. And I think that's great. Way to go, Grandpa. You're teaching that kid how to collect coins. Take them from Grandpa's winnings. Yeah, that'll work for you. Woohoo. All right, I'm on the last one, and I haven't found anything. Not one quarter that we needed tonight in that book either. So that's unfortunate. Of course, I haven't looked at them for any errors or anything after I drop it on the floor, knock a few of the coins out, maybe go through it again. All right. Put my computer glasses back on. And, well, we didn't fare so well on the car wash quarters this week, but we did find a bicentennial. So, that was good. See if I can find the next item up for bid. I should have left them laying out here on the desk, but I didn't. I picked them up, tidily put them back in a container, a bright orange container that matches me. Okay, there is one I want. Okay, tell me I have this. There she is. Lot number 3 is a 2014 Walking Liberty fine silver, 0.999. 1 ounce fine silver. Everybody knows who that lady is. Best thing I found from a car wash, I found a 1964 quarter that I was just, I mean, I had my hand like this. I was about to drop it in. And that is what prompted me to start the car wash quarter thing. Was I had that silver quarter and I was like, just like this, getting ready to drop it in the slot. And I looked at it, oh, that looks like silver. And I looked at it and it was a 64. So anyway, here's our Walking Liberty $1 round. The starting bid is $35. She is pristine. She's encapsulated. She is encapsulated to keep my grubby paws and anybody else's off of her. So let's see if we can flip over to a Mr. Microscope. That sounds like something you'd gotten as a kid, as a gift. You know, like the Mr. Microphone. Mr. Microscope. Let's get the pretty lady under here. The dot you are seeing is actually on my lens. It is not on the coin because, as you can see, it's moving every time I move the coin. So that is not on the coin. It's just the lighting here is not good. And I can't do a whole lot to make it better, but as you can see, there's no background scratching or anything. I believe she's been in this case since birth or shortly thereafter. So, anyway, so that's item number 3. Clear my workspace here. And whoops. Let's see if I can make a bigger mess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really did mud sweat. I came so close to losing that quarter, but that's what made me think I need to be checking my quarters before I put them in vending machines. You know, not just car washes, but, you know, laundry, soda machines, newspaper machines. I thought, I need to be checking those. I think it is an ASE. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. I think that is an ASE now that I look at it. I didn't really look at these too much today, but this is, what year is this again? I can't read, folks. Like I said, I knew I was going to mess something up trying to do this because this is not my normal. This is a 2014. 2014. So I don't know. I may have mislabeled this one. That would not be the first time. So I don't even really know what it's. I know they're selling some fake ones over at the Walmart website for $9. I've seen a couple of those. People got burned on them. They're not silver at all. So anyway, how do you think I should handle this, Andy? You're more of an expert than I am. What do you think the appropriate starting bid is? There's that side. She is beautiful, beautiful. 2014. Oops, upside down. So I do not know. I don't know what to do, since I have no clue what I'm doing right now. I'm getting flustered. Whenever I make mistakes, I get flustered. So anyway, that apparently is what it is. It is the Walking Liberty, designed in 1986, actually. By the fine folks. It is the official silver bullion coin of the United States. So there it is. You can bid or not. I'm going to give something away. Yeah, I am. I'm actually going to do a giveaway. Actually going to do a giveaway. Not going to be much of a giveaway. But I used to give these away all the time. And then the price of gold changed. So, I mean, the price of silver changed. So anyway, I had this little packet that I had put these two coins in so I could test my metal detector for what they rang up, because they were not listed in the information that came with the detector. So what I got here, excuse me for that, is I got a 67 Kennedy, and I got a 59 Rose. And I'm going to give those away because I can mail them in a pretty small envelope. And it won't cost me a whole arm and a leg and all that good stuff. And I don't have any of my normal, I don't have my dice, I don't have any of that stuff. So we're going to play a game. And it's going to basically be the first correct answer I see come across. You only get to guess once. You got to be 18 or over. Got to live in the United States. And I'm going to ask a trivia question. And the first one that I see answer it correctly is going to be the winner. So just give me a minute to type it in. Now, I saw I looked this up today. So if it's wrong, So I know the answer, and I know why. So here comes the question. Yeah, good, John. There we go. The question. What is considered to be the most rare state quarter of the 50 states? You see everybody's Googling the heck out of it right now. I don't see any real fast answers coming through. Come on, people. I know somebody knows the answer to this. Nope. Oh, and you only get one guess, and Kellen just blew his. Nope, nope, and nope. Come on, people. I know somebody out there smart enough to get the answer to this. I just know it. Oops. Nope, it's not Delaware. That's a good guess, but that wasn't the most rare. It was on the top 10 list, however. So, boy, I can't even give anything away today. Nope, not Hawaii, not Arizona, not Illinois. I was kind of went, huh? When I read it, but then I read the information on it and it made sense. So we'll let you keep guessing for a minute. Let's see if anybody. Nope. Nope. Tennessee isn't either. I was surprised at the answer on this because there were other ones. Yeah, those go for the most money, but they are not the most rare. It made no sense to me when I read it, but then when I read the information on it, it made sense to me. Okay, if anybody wants to make a second guess, go ahead. I'll let you make a second guess. Yeah, I'm really surprised you didn't get this one, Michael Kittle. I was counting on you. Nope, West Virginia doesn't count. Lowell is a state park. It's not a state coin. I can't believe I can't sell anything. I can't give anything away. I am going to be out freezing. Coin Silver found it. Coin Silver found it. We have a winner. Coin Silver is the winner. And I will read you the little thing. It says, the honor of the rarest state quarter goes to the 2008 D Oklahoma State quarter, which has a mintage of well below 200 million. So that I got from the Great American Coin Company. If you want to argue about it, go argue with them. There you go. So I will need Coin Silver to email me. Where? I don't say. Oh, you're right. Silver nitrate did say it first. Let me go to the thing. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find another 50-cent piece and another dime, and I'll give them to both. You both get a prize. So send me your email addresses. And because that was my mistake. It's hard to pick out Oklahoma from okay, somebody saying okay, but actually silver nitrate did come across first. Coin Silver spelled it out, which is why I saw it. But you will both get a package with a dime and a 50-cent in it. Silver Nitrate says, I wasn't answering. I was giving a hint. Well, you're still going to get something. Send me your address. How about that? Who was that girl that was on Dr. Phil? Catch me outside. How about that? Okay. So that was a fun little piece of trivia I learned today. And lot number 3 did not sell in the auction. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Oh, I'm going to cry on this one. I really like this coin. But I gotta raise some money. I mean, I am seriously broke. And of course, when I am the most broke, a whole bunch of bills came due, and I had a little bit of money left in my PayPal, and they sucked every dime out of it in the last 2 days. Oh, it was brutal. It was a brutal. Okay. Here comes my 2017. He weighs 30 grams of 999 silver. And it's my little panda. Oh, he's my little panda. There he is. Oh, I hate to let my little panda go, but I need money, honey. And I can't hibernate like bears and stay warm. Oh, my goodness. I almost threw myself off. Yep. Okay, so I got my little panda here. He is a 2017. I'm sorry, my camera work stinks. I'm on a mountain. I don't have a lot to work with up here. I mean, I'm paying by the gig for internet up here. I got a bill that was supposed to be $70. That's what they told me. But by the time they got done adding everything else onto it, it was $97. They could have at least knocked $1 off and made it $96. I'd have been a little bit happier. All right. So there's my little panda. Starting bid on the little panda is 30. I know some of you think my prices are a little high, but if you go and look, some of these places have really jacked the prices up on some of this stuff. And I tried to pick a happy medium. Okay, what else are we doing? Okay, I started making this list of, I just kept going from site to site and looking at listings of errors and just all kinds of oddities related to the national park quarters. And I've got a list of some of them. And I know that all of them aren't on here because I know that there's ones that I found. Oh, George is going to get a panda. Oh, thank you, George. Anyway, I started this list, and I know that this isn't all of them because I have found other ones myself. But here's the list is much longer than what most people are telling me are errors and varieties and stuff. So I'm just going to read some of them off, and they're not in any particular order. They're just as I found them on the internet. Bye, Fox Run. Thank you for coming. I did remember. I talked to you. Bye. Okay. So here's some of them that I found. The 2016 P, Shawnee, apparently there are DDOs out there on that one. The 2019 D Lowell, there's a couple of things wrong with that one, but the one you could really make some money on is if you find the one that's missing the clad. They kind of forgot to put the last coat on that one. That could be worth some serious bucks. The 2020 American Samoa, there's some out there with some cud spots on them. The 2020 W, Salt River, there's a dye chip variety floating around. 2015 P, Homestead. Apparently the roof has a cut on some of them, and there's a leak in the bucket. And there's some also out there with broad strikes. I just started learning about broad strikes. 2020 American Samoa, there's also an issue with the number of fingers and how the fingers are formed. The 2019 P Lowell, there's some DDOs and die cracks. 2019 P Northern Mariana Islands, never found one of those yet, so, but if I do, there's a possibility of a die chip. No, I'm sorry, Ed, I do not have any 2-ounce rounds. Not even, not in my personal collection, just not at all. Wish I did, but I don't think I do. I know not in this auction anyway. I'll have to go back through. See, part of my collection got put in storage, so I don't know truthfully anymore what I even have, but I'm pretty sure I do not have any 2-ouncers. I wish I did. Like I said. Alrighty, let me mark this now. The last call, all in on my wonderful friend George, who also got the George Washington. All right, let me put this with the George Washington. My little panda, going to a good home. Our George is a metal detectorist. He will take good care of you. Let's see. Lot number 5. Okay. Okay. Our next one is a 1995 S Kennedy Proof. I'm not sure how I came to have this. I believe I won this somewhere. I don't have a whole lot of proofs. But it's very, very nice. There's a 1995 S. So that's our next item. And I believe the starting on that. Yeah. Whatever Andy's got up there, that's what it is. I didn't write anything on my card. It's just blank. No, yeah, 12. That works for me. So anyway, I was going through all of these. I have some more 2015 P. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Kissachi, Kissachie. Kissachi, I don't know, but anyway, if you find one, look for DDO on it. The George Clark 2017 S. There's some with die chips and cuds on them. That's a $54,000 question there. That's a 50-cent question. It's a 1995 S proof. So you got to look up proof for 1995 or ask Handy Andy. I don't really think I know. Because according to what I'm looking at, it says 1/5 of the proofs are silver. So for that year. So I don't know how to tell unless I break it open. Then can see clad sticking out of it, which I really didn't want to do. But I'm going to say that it is not silver. I pulled the side of the staple out and looked, and it appears to be a clad lad. So there you have it. Now I've messed it up for anybody who wants it. Now I can actually fix that. I just pulled one staple out. They did have both that year, but only 1/5 of them were silver. And this is not one of the silvers. The silvers, I believe, go for substantially more than $12 also. I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about a whole lot of things. So anyway, according to my guesstimate, if it was silver, I'm seeing the silver ones listed anywhere. Okay, I'm looking at a silver one on Littleton. They want $100 for a silver. So yeah, for $12, it's not silver. It is, however, still a lovely proof. So that's where that sits. Anyway, so I'm still working on this list of the errors and die chips and all that good stuff. I've got 3 index cards that I have filled up with this, and I'm going to make a list. I was going to try to sort through some of these this week, but I'm probably going to do it on a video. But I did sort through some when I was still in Georgia. And of course, out of a ginormous stack of coins, I think I ended up with 5 or 6 that I put aside. Oops, I don't want the microscope right now. Well, I do, but not right this second. I sorted through a bunch down in Georgia, and I did end up with these suspects for cuds and other assorted things. It's very slow going looking for that kind of stuff. For me, anyway, because I am an untrained eye. And I really have to sit and look at the reference material and make sure that I know what I'm looking at. But some of these are not on this list that I have made. So I'm going to have to look these up again, too. I know on the George Rogers Clark one, where is it? Wrong card. I am just a mess. There is the right card. Anyway, I know there's some on Theodore Roosevelt. There's some on the George Rogers Clark. Yeah, they're cuds and die chips. I know I found it on here, but I didn't write down where the location is on it, so I have to look at it again. And I've got to clean that spot off of my thing. I know it had something to do with one of the rifles. But anyway, I have sorted through hundreds of these and found maybe 4 or 5 things that actually qualify, but I have to go back and look at them further. Just so that's why I'm not going to do that tonight like I had planned, because I did not write down all the information, and I want to make that list as complete as possible as to what you're looking for, because a lot of us you're right, Andy. I do not have a scale right now. That's another thing that went into my storage. There's one box of my collection. I told them, if you see any box that has CC written on the top of it, do not put it in the storage. Well, they did pretty good, but one box went in. In that box was a good chunk of my collection, my scale, which I needed last night because I'm probably going to have to sell a couple of the gold rings that I found with my metal detector, and I wanted to weigh them. No scale. So pretty unhappy about that. But, you know, I'm going to go down there in a few days when I see a day that there's not supposed to be any rain. And I'm going to set up my 10 by 10 event tent in the, right outside the door, and start pulling things out of there and sorting them out so I can put them back in a more organized fashion, and perhaps find the rest of my collection and my other scale, because all I have here right now is a postage scale, and it does not weigh in small enough increments to do anything. Okay, so now we got another proof. I don't think a lot of people are interested in proofs, I guess. But I got another one. This is a 71S. This thing is, it's blinding. It is very, very beautiful. It's just very nice coin. And I think this one is also, this one I'm going to start at 6. How's that? Is that better than the 12? Here's, he's beautiful. He is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Put him under the scope. Now remember, that black dot you can see it's not part of it. And I think there's some cat fur in there too, because he doesn't really have a scratch like that. That in the center there, that's cat fur. M3 is messing with the auction here. He likes to throw his weight around, or his fur, or whatever. He's a stinker. But I gotta feed him. Gotta feed the boy. All right. Okay. So, what else are we going to talk about here? Oh, I did find one box of my collection that had two very important things in it that I was crying the blues because I did not have access to. I found my 2021 Red Book and my 2020 U.S. Error Guide. I wish when they had done this book, it's a great book, but I wish they had put all of the quarter things together and all of the dime things together instead of dividing it up by DDO and CUDs and everything. I wish they had done it by coin type and year instead. It would have just made the book a lot easier to navigate. Oh, Mr. George, we're going to go metal detecting someday, George. Somehow, some way, we're going to go metal detecting someday. You are awesome. I need a refill. I need a refill. I came prepared, folks. Big old jug of tea. Try not to show the brand name. Don't want to get in any trouble. Copyright people. They pick on people about everything. I heard this thing yesterday, or the day before, where Facebook is no longer going to allow people to do live music on Facebook. You know, a lot of the artists have been doing Facebook live streams with PayPal donations so that they can keep making a living. And it's my understanding that Facebook is going to shut them down, which I think really stinks. I have an artist that I watch just about at least once a week. Some of you may remember him if you watch The Voice at all. There's a gentleman that was a runner-up a few years ago who is a phenomenal guitar player and a very interesting vocalist. His name is Laith Al-Sadi, and he is from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he's been doing live streams, and I'm going to really miss that. Thank you, George. I will put that with your goodie pile. George is going to have a nice little package. I got George written down there for number 6. Put that. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, that goes over here with George's. All right. What, number 7? Okay. I am pretty sure I got this either from Baseman 64 or Storm and CA. I am not sure, but it's a very nice little piece. And I'm going to put it up here, and I guarantee this is silver. It is. I know it is. This is a 1964 uncirculated Kennedy half. I know it's going to blind somebody. It's a beaut. So let's put her under the scope. I've got to clean that scope thing. That is just terrible. I haven't cleaned it since I unpacked it. Oops. Cancel. Don't want to do that. Yeah, you got to remember, folks, where I'm living, there's no running water. So think on that one for a minute. Things like stopping to clean the mat of a microscope or something, it's just not high up on the list. My lighting is terrible. I don't know if those, I can't see those with my eye. So I'm guessing they're just on the flip or on the lens. I do not know. So anyway, Andy has been helping me out on this. I never really put a price on my coins. I get the ones I like. I get ones that I win. I trade for them, and I don't always know what they're worth. And I am not like I'm not a silver stacker. I am a coin collector, a hobbyist. I never in a bazillion years thought I would be sitting here selling off part of my collection to pay my medical bills and put a roof over my head. I know I am not the first person that has done that. I'm pretty sure I saw a while back that somebody else was doing the same thing. Somebody over on the Telephone Guys channel. Life happens. And, yeah, this next one's pretty cool. I'm looking at what's left here. Come on, guys. Be kind. Be kind to the poor old lady. I don't want to live in my car with a cat in the winter. And I don't really want to live in a log cabin with no heat and no windows in the winter. So help me out here, folks. I wish I was a nonprofit, but I'm not. Yep, that's what I do. And I try to collect the ones that I like. And I mean, I started out years ago. I was a cashier at a Winn-Dixie grocery store when I was in high school. As soon as I turned 16, I got a job. And my boss would let me buy coins out of my till. And so I have had these two books that were penny books, and they got lost. And I found them after my mom died. I don't know how they got where they were, but they were at my mom's. So I started doing them again. And they're still not quite full. I'm going to try to get a box of pennies someday soon and work on them some more. But when I started working on that stuff again, it was just what I like. I'm not buying it to hoard it. I'm not buying it to hedge my bets on whether or not the government's going to collapse. I'm not into all of that political ramifications of what's in my coin box. That's just not the appeal for me. And I guess that is another one of the big differences between people who are strictly coin people, and then there are coin people who are also metal detectorists, because we dig up coins all the time, and once in a while we dig up a really cool one. And so then our interest starts peaking a little into the coins. But no, I'm not, I'm not stacking it all right now. I'm glad I have it because it may save my butt. All right. Lot number 8. I got to show this as it is. It's not perfect, but it is a 1961. And I'm showing you because, yes, of course, the envelope does have some wear and tear. This is a 1961 Philadelphia Mint proof set. It has all of the insert. There's the insert card. There's the other protective cardboard card, and there is the original information that came inside the envelope. And here, including that beautiful, beautiful Benji. And you better believe that's silver, honey. Yeah, this is 1961. The only thing in there is not silver, it's the nickel and the penny. And the little marker that says Philadelphia Mint. So, anyway, it is in the original packaging, which is actually in pretty good shape. And I love mint sets, and it breaks my heart to see people chop them up just to get one coin out of it, but I know people do it all the time. So, Sunday, tried metal detecting a 20-acre wood, found a shotgun head stamp I could date to 1900 and 1910. Cool. Oh, I got something cool I got to show Wednesday night that I found here on the farm. It was about the only thing I found when I was out detecting. And I'll have it on Wednesday night. But what I found, it has to date to the 30s or 40s based upon the lettering style on the item. But I found an old car hood latch handle that says hood right on it, so you know it's a hood latch handle. But it's kind of an Art Deco looking lettering style on it. I have not yet been able to pin down what type vehicle it belonged to, but I'm working on it. That's probably the coolest thing I found on the farm so far since I've been here. Oh, excuse me, folks. I should have made coffee, I guess. So anybody at all interested in my beautiful proof set, it's lovely. It really is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, I tried. You know, I'm doing everything I can think of to try to raise money, so I can't force people to help me, but by the same token, I'm not begging people to give me money for free either, so I'm doing what I can do. All right. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. At least I made some money. Yeah, I've made some money. I'm not unhappy. I could just be happier. You know? It's just hard right now. I promised Andy I wasn't going to cry. So I'm not. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Except you need a Kleenex and I don't have any. Oh well. So anyway, I still got all of these. Whoops. I tried to pick this box up. These are all quarters that we have already looked through for the box, but I have to go through them for errors and stuff. And like I said, I was going to do it on the show tonight, but it is really slow for me to look those up. So I'm probably better off doing those offline and then showing you guys what I found and where the error or the cut or whatever is located. Because I mean, I know some of you guys, you can just look at it and go, oh, well, right there, you know, but I've never really done that before. So it's a learning curve. This I know from watching Storm & CA is what he fondly calls a Vegas coin. It is cruddy and nasty and yucky poo. And I'm going to spend it. Okay, I really thought somebody might like my mint set, but I think everybody's spent out. I got 4 more items. So let's persevere here. This. I'm trying to read. I can't read that. I'm not sure. I'm trying. Somebody can tell me. I can't read this. I'll put it under the scope. Maybe somebody can read it for me. It was given to me as a Liberty Silver, 1 troy ounce, $9.99 silver. It's got the Liberty Bell on the other side, and it says where it came from, but I can't read it. So that's what we got these microscopes for, so we can read all the groovy stuff. I took my glove off for a minute there. So if somebody wants to tell me who that is for my future reference. So anyway, there's the Liberty Bell. There's, I'm assuming, the maker. It says Life, Liberty, Happiness across the top. And on the other side, we have 1 ounce, $9.99 silver. We have a Z Eagle, and we have Liberty Silver. So there's the sum total of my knowledge. Okay. So that's what I thought it was. It was a bullion company. I just couldn't think of the word. My brain went. So anyway, it's an A-mark Liberty Bell troy ounce, 0.999 silver. So if you're into stacking stuff, stack that one. Ooh, some bug just got me in the eye. I hate these little bugs. They're horrible. Okay, let's see what we find out about old A-mark. A-mark precious gold. All right. Yada yada. I'm over at amark.com. Looking up what they do over there. Mr. Kellen, he sneaked in there with a $30. All right. Trying to figure out where this company is. Ooh, gold dropped $7.58 and silver went up 3 cents. How about that? That gold is not supposed to be dropping until I get these rings sold. No dropping. And A-mark is a company out of California. Hi, Mr. Kellen. I'm so glad you're still here. A few things I didn't sell. I'll have to put them back. Sure, if you want to, Mud Swat, you absolutely can. Every dollar, every penny is appreciated. I mean, today I was counting change to see who was going to eat, me or the cat. so, you know, I mean, I have money, but I also have outstanding checks. And if I spend the money that it says that I have in bank account, there's really not any money in there. Once those checks clear, there's very little. like I said, that $300 I had to drop over that U-Haul thing, that was totally unexpected. And then I had to buy some things to make this place livable. I do have a little refrigerator, and I do have a microwave, which I would have needed the microwave in my apartment anyway. So, so it's not like I threw that money away. I just wasn't really ready to buy those things yet. Yeah, exactly, and I can't be out of money. I still have checks. I don't have very many of those either. Uh, all right, let me mark down Mr. Kellen L. on lot number 9. We got 3 more to go. Lot number 10. I know for a fact where I got this. I got this from Baseman 64. And when I opened the envelope, I almost blinded me. Yeah, you can do that, Mud Swat. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a gift. That's different. There's no merchandise changing hands. So yeah, that's cool. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, this little beauty right here did come to me from Baseman 64, and like I say, it just about blinded me. This is the shiniest, brightest 61 Ben Franklin I ever saw. Blinded by the light. And it was marked as a 1961 uncirculated Ben Franklin. And if it was circulated, it didn't circulate very much, because that thing has, it's a beaut. It is beauty-miss. I remember opening this one and going, whoa, that thing is shiny. It's like, I don't think I ever owned a coin that was that shiny. So that's why I remember it. So there's old Benjamin, Mr. Benjamin. And there we go on that. So it's beauty matters. I hate some of this stuff. Yeah, absolutely, Mud Swat. That is it. It's SusieQ96@gmail.com. Definitely works on my PayPal. So yeah, I still have not figured out how I'm going to resolve the situation. I've been looking for rooms for rent and stuff like that. So what I've kind of decided is going to happen now is, on the days where it is too cold to stay in the cabin, then I will go stay in a cheap hotel somewhere. We've got a few of those around here. None of them look too appetizing, but they beat the heck out of freezing to death. I know I've got to, if I'm going to stay here, let me look. Okay, most of the time, if it says it's not working, it's usually because people misspell it. So I can give you a different one that will also work. Okay. Well, then I must have messed it up. Let me find another one. I've got several of them. They all go into the same account. But I was sure that was it. It's 96@gmail.com. That should work. I don't understand. But let me put this one in. This is my one for my genealogy site. No, I don't want to do that. That might mess that business up, even though I don't have any business right now. Okay, let's try this one. It's Florida60srock@gmail.com. And one thing I know is when you copy and paste, if it copies a space at the end of the address, it'll say it's not right. So make sure there's no space at the end. Michael Coretta, I haven't seen you at all. You've been lurking, Michael. Check my PayPal. Okay, I will do that. I certainly appreciate anything that lands there, except bills. Again. Now I just logged in with the address that I was just told isn't working. So I'm guessing you had a space at the end of it and it rejected it. So I don't know. It's just crazy. Michael Coretta, thank you so much. Wow, there's something in here from Silver Nitrate too that I did not know was there. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it is it doesn't matter. They both go into the same account, Mudslide. Yeah, that space will do it. It took me forever to figure that out. Michael Coretta, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when I get settled back into the apartment that I'm waiting for, maybe I should explain this. I'm on the waiting list for a subsidized housing for disabled people. And this lady was supposed to move out last month, and she didn't get moved out in time. So there's a little problem there. She's got to be out at the end of this month, and then they have to have time to clean it and everything. Boy, that's been giving you a hard time. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to figure out how to do this private chat thing. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Yeah, see, that does not make sense to me. Wow. You know what, Mudslide? You might be better off just sticking a $5 bill in an envelope and sending it to P.O. Box 96. I've never had it do that before. Seriously. That is weird. I don't know how to do this private chat thing. I don't know how it works. Okay. Lot number 10. I can't believe Kellen passed up a Benji. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've never experienced that before. So, okay, let me mark my card here. Okay. Now we're getting into the low-dose stuff, but it's still cool stuff. Well, I can give you my name. It's not that big of a deal. My real name, my real legal name, although I don't use it, is, I have been separated from this person for many years, but I have never changed my name back. So that is my official legal name that is on my PayPal account. So if that don't go through, they can. So there, now y'all know. Like I said, I have not had that. I've not used that name for a long time, but it is still my legal name. So So anyway, the next item up for bids on The Price is Never Right is a 1942 uncirculated war nickel. It's cleverly packaged in its very own pristine little flip-de-doo-de-doo. And it's a beaut. No, it really isn't Betty White. God, I wish it was, though, because she's got a heck of a lot more money than I do. No, it's not really Betty White. So, anyway, here's our beautiful uncirculated 1942 war nickel. Somebody can have that for $8. $8 whole dollars. We only got one more after this, so if you've been saving your money, now's the time to spend it. I don't know, Mudswat. Sometimes they do the weirdest things. Like, I logged on from my other phone yesterday, and it made me do 2 or 3 of those tchotchke things where you have to find all the pictures with cars. And I mean, it just kept making me do them and do them and do them. And I'm like, dang, I'm me already. You know, nobody else would want to be. Just let me in so I can see my measly $12.42. It was really frustrating, though. It just kept asking and asking. Mudswat, thank you so much for going through all of that just to send me a little bit of a donation. Show the steps to what? The steps to the coin? Let me put this rascal under. I know what he wants to see. I do. So let's get it under the scopy scope. My lighting is terrible. That's the best I can do. Maybe I can get it a little closer. Oh, that just made it worse. Is that what you wanted to see? Yeah, I was not expecting it. I've never had a move where things went like this. When I moved from Florida to Michigan, I had my insurance in place within 2 weeks. My apartment was ready and waiting for me. I just didn't have this kind of problem. And then the same thing when I moved from Michigan to Georgia. My apartment was sitting right there ready for me. My insurance kicked in within a week, you know, my Medicaid, everything. And then I came here and they're saying, you know, it's going to be months. And I understand that it is related to COVID, but half of Virginia is driving illegally right now because they are so far behind. A gentleman that I saw at the post office, I was telling the lady at the post office about what happened and why I couldn't give her a Virginia license. And this guy told me that he sells cars for a living. And so he made an appointment to go down because he had 10 titles that needed to be transferred. So he goes down on his appointment time and they say, oh, well, you can only do one. You know, they're putting this man out of business. They only let you do one transaction per appointment. So I actually have 2 appointments now because I found one in another town about 40 miles away. So I've got one October 22nd and one November 10th. And it takes both of those so that I can get my license on one. And then I got to go back and do a different one to get my tags, my Virginia tags, and change everything to Virginia. Now, that to me, I'm sorry, is bad use of time. But I kid you not, I saw a guy driving down the main street in Galax with a piece of cardboard where his license plate was supposed to be and where the number of his license plate should have been. He had written in magic marker, "I don't know, ask the DMV." And that's what he was driving around with on his car. "I don't know, ask the DMV." My sister right now is driving a car with somebody else's tags on it. My sister owns the car. She has a bill of sale. Can't transfer the title. Got to wait for that appointment. Their appointment is sometime the end of November. It's crazy. But when it's affecting things like people's medical care and their ability to get their medications and their ability to get into housing, that's messed up. Okay, last but not the least, and I know this one came from Storm and CA's channel, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I seem to remember that. Because when I got this, no, Kellen, when you're doing an out-of-state one and you're transferring it into the state, no, you can't do it online. Okay. The last item is a 1999 S silver proof, a Georgia Quata. Sure, George, no problem. This I got because I mentioned that I did not have a Georgia, and at the time I was living in Georgia, so somebody won this in an auction and had them send it to me. And by then I already had another one. So anyway, that's a really nice one, and it's the grand finale. Heck, I'd pay $2 for that baby. That's a beauty. Of course, you do have to pay shipping, but on these ones that the people have multiple things, it says on it, and this is not my writing, so it says 1999 S silver proof. This is not my writing, so this is the way it came to me. Mud Swat for 2, Kellen for 3. I don't want to open it, but I just have to go by what it says on it. That's the way it came to me. George says 4. She's pretty. I hope it's silver. That's why they sent it to me, because it was supposed to be silver. And I have no reason to doubt that channel. So I just wish I could spend more time on everybody's channels. Right now, I'm on this crazy pay by the gig. Wireless broadband that bounces off of a telephone tower. It's $70 for 55 gigs. So, and yes, we're going to allow those 50 centers, by the way, up until $10. So anyway, it's $70 for 55 hours, and I've used a good chunk of that already. Most of it was doing things like filling out my Medicaid application, only to find out that they wouldn't process it because I didn't have the Virginia driver's license. George for 5. I'm hoping that voter registration card shows up in the next day or two, and then I'm gonna resubmit it with that and my Social Security letter, which I already have, that has this address on it. So if if Medicaid won't believe the Social Security Administration and the voter registration office, we got a problem. I mean, on this one, I've been saying $5 for shipping and handling, but this thing, I know I can ship for like $2. So, and the other guys that are bidding already have packages going. So I'm going to figure theirs with the combined shipping. They're not going to be paying $5 for every piece. So yeah, this little guy, depends on where it's going, of course, but I would say probably I can get it there for $2, $3 at the most, which is basically, George is going once. Thank you, Mud Swat. I appreciate it very much. And it's our last item up for bids. Whee! Last call. All in. I don't know what I would do without Handy Andy 736, you guys. He is like the best moderator on the freaking planet. He has been with me since day one. He even comes over and moderates on my jewelry channel, which is way out of his wheelhouse, but he does it, and he does it well, and everybody loves him. And Andy, my brother, I love you. Okay, so to George. Okay, so I will have to add everybody's stuff up. Whoa, come back here, you little rascal. Somebody's trying to escape. Michael, thank you so much. It's just a matter of red tape. I can get out of it. It's just I can't fight the rules of the state of Virginia, but I'm gonna get it figured out here. I just have to have a provisional plan in place where I am not stranded here in this cabin in a blizzard. So, okay, I got to do a little bit of math here. If y'all smell something burning, it's brain cells. I'm sure. Get back to number one. Because the only ones that have a whole bunch are George and Kellen. George. That's why I was writing them on the card. It makes it so much easier for me to just go down the list. And I missed the price on the last one. I got to go back. That's the only one I didn't write down. George at 5. Okay. Okay. Let me do some mathematicals here. Math is hard. That's from the channel I used to be a moderator on. They don't like me anymore. But that's all right. I don't care. Okay. Okay, Mr. Kellen, are you still in the house? Your total, I'm only going to charge you $5 for shipping because those two will fit in one of those. So your total, Mr. Kellen, is with your shipping is $70. And George, you got a chunker here, but I'm not going to charge you $5 for each item. So what I'm going to do for you is $7.50 for postage, and that way I will put it in one of those things. All your wins. What did you win, Ed? What did you win? I don't have you down here for winning anything. Yeah, I guess that's a way for Ed to make a good joke. I love you, Ed. You rock. Okay. Okay. George. Thank you, Ed. I love you. George, you with your postage, $61.50. Kellen with your postage, $70. I'm not sure. I think I have your address, George, but you better send it to me again, because I don't know where anything is anymore. Kellen's, I do absolutely know for sure. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Sunday on my other channel, you've heard me mention a couple of times here that I have a jewelry channel. And the other channel is O Susie Q Jewelry and Decor. Sunday at 11 Eastern. I'm going to have a sale. It's not going to be an auction. It's just a sale where I show you some items, and if you want to buy them, you buy them. That is correct, George. $61.50. The kids distracted you out of the corner. Oh, I'm sorry, Kellen. Well, anyway, Kellen, your bill is $70, and I'll see if I can find a quarter to send you. Maybe I'll send you this Vegas quarter here, a grody one. Anyway, on Sunday I'll be doing a sale. It's jewelry, handmade jewelry, and also some Christmas decorations and that kind of stuff. So if you want to pop in over there, you can do some early holiday shopping. Holiday shopping is going to be different this year, folks. You're not going to be able to go out in the stores quite as much. And if you're into buying handcrafted items, I make some pretty nice stuff. I do. Ask Kellen. He's bought a bunch. So I thank you guys so much. Check my PayPal. Yes, I can check my PayPal. I will certainly do that right away. Last time I checked it, I was surprised. I saw something in there I didn't know about. Holy mother of pearl. Okay. George is paid up. Michael sent a donation. I'm not seeing anything else. Maybe I need to refresh. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. Okay. Let me go back. Yeah, I see yours, George, but I don't see what Mud SWAT is having me look for. So I'm going to have to refresh. It might make me log in over again, but that would be okay. Nope. I see George, I see Michael, I see Silver Nitrate. That's the only ones I see in here. So that's all I see. Well, sometimes it takes a while. I don't know why. Sometimes it'll pop up an hour from now and I'll go, what is that? And then, oh, that's what somebody told me they sent me during the stream. So I'll keep my eye out for it, and I'm sure it'll show up eventually. It's just the way of the world. A lot more people are using PayPal and all of these different services than did before, because, well, the world's just not the same. So anyway, I'm going to find me some food, and eventually the PayPal will show up, I'm sure. It says unclaimed. Huh? That is weird. I don't understand what is going on with PayPal, because that is definitely my PayPal address. We've been using that since day one. Hi, Andy. Never had a problem with that. Okay, log into my PayPal account. I'm going to it right now. And I'm going to log in with that address just to make sure it works. I don't know why it would not. Huh. Weirdness. I know what I'm going to do. Just hold tight here. I have one of those stupid pay me links. I'm going to get the link for you. Come on, you pokey thing. Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't get this. Never had this problem before. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this. This link right here should go right to my PayPal. I have never had a problem with that one before. And I just went there and looked, and it's listed, and it doesn't seem to have any issues. Oh, that is so strange. Yeah, I know. I do have to change my address now that I'm in here, though. I'll take care of that in a few minutes. I don't know. Go back to PayPal again. That's crazy. I've never had that problem. And George just paid me. Michael Coretta just paid me. Silver Nitrate sent money. So 3 people have sent money during the stream to the PayPal account. But I do not find it. I'll log out, log back in, log in. Wow, I just baffled and confused. I don't see it, but it may show up at any moment. I wouldn't worry about it, Mud Swat. Email me tomorrow and I'll check it again. I don't know what it's doing, but yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll be on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, so if it hasn't turned up by then we have an issue. But I think it's probably just floating around cyberspace somewhere, going, "Ooh, hit me, bite me." All right, guys. Oh, here comes M3. M. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, stretch them out. Stretch. M3 just had to come get on the camera for a second. Yeah, he did. There he is. There's our little cabin kitty. M, say bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Well, we'll make something happen out of this mess yet. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go find some food for the little M. Bye-bye.